Now it's recording. Hi,
Awesome. Hi,
Costume.
costume. You go first.
Merry Christmas. I'm Deb, stitching in the
I'm Joy.
valley.
We are stitching in the valley, and this is our floss tube number
5.
5. Can't see my hand. I'm too close. Uh, we have been incognito absenteo, and we apologize. We were having technical difficulties. As you can see, we decided it prudent because the COVID numbers going up. In Ohio, we were in the purple. Is that the bad color?
The purple, yes, that's bad.
Yeah.
We're in red now.
So we're improving, thank goodness. But we just kind of thought it prudent to record from our own individual houses. So I told Deb just a little bit ago, I feel like I'm missing an arm right here. Like I don't know what to do.
So weird. Very
It is
weird.
It is very weird. So what you been doing? How was your Thanksgiving? I never did ask you.
Our Thanksgiving was good. It was just Tom and I. We didn't meet with our kids or anything. And so, but we still cooked a big feast.
Good.
Fun. Yeah.
Did you guys put your tree up? I know you were talking about it.
Yeah, we put our tree up on Thanksgiving Day, which is early for us. So we did that and watched some movies.
Sounds like a pretty good day.
What'd you
That
guys
sounds like
do?
we did have Chris's parents and granddad over, and then Aubrey and David and the kids came over. It was much smaller than it usually is. My mom and sister and my son stayed home and all that stuff. So it was a smaller crowd, but it was still good. And we just kind of planned it a whole lot better, so we didn't feel like we were doing a lot of last minute things. It was actually kind of a really relaxing day. So
Yeah,
while
that's how ours was.
yeah, I missed everybody, but it was really quite relaxing. So it was okay.
Good.
So anyway, we wanted to say thanks to everybody for all your kind comments, watching, sharing, and all that good stuff, all the thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And Eva, she asked if we were okay. We've been fine. We were just trying to figure out how to record this whole Zoom thing because we're a little technologically impaired.
Not professionals.
We spent the last 20 minutes trying to figure out. And then Jenny at Long Dog Stitcher, she actually said we are now professionals because of our tutorial. When we did the sticking in hand, the sewing method, we're officially professionals. That just cracks me up. She's so funny. And then Jen Quilter, remember the last time we recorded, I had those metal drawers and I had that punch needle that I actually did display it on that in the gray background that was showing. I just kind of dealt with it just more or less because of time. But she actually suggested, and I am going to do this the next time using scrapbook paper because I want to make something for Valentine's Day, like a punch needle for Valentine's Day. And I thought that's a really good idea. Goodness knows I've got plenty of scrapbook paper and then I can change it out. So that was a brilliant idea.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually have 2 of those drawers, so I can do different ones. So I'm kind of excited. And then Lisa, she was the one, this is totally off topic, but she had asked where my ring that I got, that I was wearing, that I often wear in our videos. And it's this ring here, if you can see. And I always wear it on my middle finger only because I've got big hands and this is a very big ring. And so I just like that on my middle finger. But anyway, it came from Silpata years ago. I have a lot of their jewelry. I don't know if you guys know anything about Silpata. They were a direct sale company. They sold sterling silver jewelry, and the company actually filed bankruptcy and had a bunch of restructuring and stuff. But I know you can still find some of their jewelry on like sites like Poshmark, eBay, that kind of thing. So
I've got some of their jewelry too.
Their jewelry, it never goes out of style. It's like it just, you can wear it forever and it stays so beautifully. It's really good quality jewelry. So anyway, so what have you been up to stitching wise?
Well, I did finish my my December top for the housewives. I got that finished, but I haven't, that light's kind of bad. I haven't started the bottom part of it yet.
I like the December part.
I do too. I can't wait. I really like the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
They don't look good because of the lighting in here, but they're very colorful and bright. I like them. But I had been working on some Christmas gifts. So I haven't done as much stitching as I would like to.
Mhm.
Because I was making something for the grandkids, and I got my Cricut last year for Christmas, but I've like cut out cards with it.
Okay.
I hadn't done any vinyl, and that's what I'm working on. So
Deb, I can't hear you. Something happened to
hear
your
me.
audio.
My audio, is
Now
that
it's okay.
better?
Yep, it's fine now.
Okay. I think I leaned back,
Okay.
so I was away from the camera. So anyway, I'm learning how to use my Cricut. Haven't been stitching as much.
That sounds pretty good. I thought you had a couple other things you were working on.
I do. I have my Prairie Schooler Santa
Oh, yes.
that I'm working on to make it into an ornament. So I'm getting close. I might have it done by Christmas.
That looks really good.
Thank you. I'm off for the next 3 days, so there is a possibility I could finish that one.
I think you'll get that done.
Yeah. And then my other whip, I shouldn't say my only other whip, but my other whip is My Home for the Holidays by Sue Hillis.
Oh, yes.
I'm doing the wagon right here. And I just have to finish the snow and put the words on it, the flyer.
I love it.
I think this may be done by Christmas too. I've probably got maybe a little half an hour or so to finish that.
I love it.
I do too. I was trying to finish it last night, but my eyes were so sleepy I couldn't see anymore, so I had to stop.
You know, for some reason, whenever I see that ornament, I think of Henry. I don't know why, but it makes me think of Henry. I feel like you.
We had that flyer wagon that he would always pull around our backyard at our old house. Maybe that's why.
I feel like he needs one of those. You should stitch another one for him.
I could do that.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, obviously I have other whips in my basket, but those are the only ones I'm working on right now. So
yeah.
what do you got?
Well, I don't think I showed this the last time. If I did, I apologize. But I had been working on the Lizzie Kate jingles, so I did get this.
Oh, that's
It's the first
adorable.
one. It's that one, but I'm doing them all as one on one piece of black Ada.
Oh,
So
I like that.
a little bit, yeah. I had to change them a little bit so they pop some. So
I
I
like
did
it
get
on the black.
I do too. I really like it a lot. I already have my finishing idea too. So
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about that. And then, okay, so this is Forest Snowfall by Country Cottage Needleworks. I had started this 3 or 4 years ago when I first started stitching again. I think it was 3 years ago. I had started it because Priscilla and Chelsea were doing it as a stitch along.
Okay.
And I had it on it was the first piece I had tried to stitch since I started stitching again. And my eyes had significantly changed. And I didn't have anything to really magnify. I wasn't wearing the right kind of readers for it. It was miserable. And so I was still trying to plow through it, but I hated it. There was a ton of mistakes. It was awful. And finally, I was watching a video. It was Brenda in the cereal starter. And, you know, Brenda stitches on really beautiful linen and uses fancy floss. You know, it's not inexpensive. And she had been working on a sampler. She didn't like it. She was about a third of the way done, decided life is too short to stitch on something you don't like. So she literally just took her scissors and cut that bit off and got rid of it and started over on a different piece of linen that she wanted. And I thought, you know what? I'm stitching this on Monaco. If she can do that to linen, I can do this to Monaco. So I restarted it and now I love it. So that's what I've gotten done so far.
I like that. Yes.
I coffee dyed the Monaco, so it looks a little bit grungy, but I think when it's done, it's going to be really beautiful. And I remember Priscilla had finished hers in a flocked wreath that she put those battery operated lights on. It was beautiful. So that's probably how I'm going to finish this.
Oh, nice. I can't see that.
Yeah, I think it'll be really pretty. Let's see. And then I worked a little bit on Carolyn Manning, the Carolyn Manning Stitch Along hosted by 911 Stitcher on Facebook. That's the pattern that I'm working on. I love it. It is full coverage, but it really, because it's so solid stitching, it goes fairly quickly.
Oh,
And I
that's pretty.
really like it.
Is that the width of it?
No, it's much bigger. It's much
Okay.
bigger. Yeah. This is just like the upper corner of it.
Okay.
So and it's almost looks like a quilt.
That's very pretty. I love it.
I love it. I love her pattern. She is one of my new favorite designers.
And
then
Stacy, the 911 Stitcher, she keeps posting. She's the worst enabler ever. She keeps
and by worst
posting.
enabler, you mean the best enabler.
Yeah, the best. Yeah. She's like, oh, here's a free one. You can go here and get this free pattern. Every time I'm like, oh, I better get.
I know.
And then she shows all those Carolyn Manning ones. I'm like, oh,
beautiful.
I just don't have enough time.
I know, the whole working thing. You know what I mean?
The whole working is cramping my stitching style.
Mine too. I've been working on something I meant to show you, and I've been keeping Forest Snowfall in this Forest Snowfall in this. I made my very first project back, and I'm not going to show a close up because there's a lot of like mistakes in it and what have you. And I didn't make
very
it with
cute.
I didn't make it with the vinyl front, but that's my very first little project back because I didn't have vinyl and I wanted to use what I had in my
I love it.
But yeah, I like it a lot.
Very cute.
I'm keeping Forest Snowfall in that. And then I worked on, I was determined to get Silent Night done, Silent Night completed by Country Cottage Needleworks by Christmas. And I've gotten some really good progress on it.
Oh, wow.
But it's not going to be done by Christmas, and I'll tell you why. Because of my next whips. Actually, before I get to those, let me finish showing you my stitching stuff. I made this for Elijah, my grandson. It's a scripture verse.
Oh.
I told you that his football coach prays with them on Friday nights before varsity games. Now football's over for the season, of course, but this is a scripture he prays over the boys. And it's their option. If they want to join and hold hands, they can. If not, they don't have to. It's not required, but they offer it. And it has made a huge impact on my grandson. And
I love that.
Yeah. And so, and it's 2 Timothy 1:7, for God did not create in us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That's the version of the scripture that he prays over them. So that's how I stitched it. And inside, that's going to be part of his Christmas gift. He doesn't watch these videos, so it's okay to show these. And then I did one for Addie, my granddaughter, different verse.
Oh, wow.
Both of these were done on the 40 count linen, and I'm going to tell you, I did not enjoy the process. If I ever stitch on 40 count linen again, I'm going to have to get different readers. I love the coverage. I just need stronger readers is what it boils down to. But if I had the right readers, I think I would really like it because I love the coverage. On Elijah's, I did, because I did the cross stitch and I did 1/2. On hers, I just did straight stitching. So, and I used 1/, I just did with the straight stitching, I used 1 strand. So I love the coverage. It's just I can't see very well. And I ended up with horrible headaches. So on hers, it's Numbers 6, 24-26. May God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he show you favor and give you peace. And it was just a verse, one of my other favorite verses. So that's what I chose for her. I don't know if this is showing up on camera the correct way or not, but
yeah, it is.
Anyway.
Is that a box?
Yeah, they're both boxes that I actually found thrifting. And see, their main Christmas gift is we are going to take them to Hocking Hills for a weekend in January. So I'm actually going to print out copies of the cabin that we're staying in, pictures of it, and put it in the box so that it's going to be wrapped up as their gift. Yeah. Yeah. So that's your. So the reason why I'm not going to have, I have to stand up for this part. The thing done is because the Silent Night done is because I decided I made this quilt.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can see all of it.
You have been busy, girl.
Well, this quilt I actually cut out last year, but I never got it put together. And it was a quilt as you go.
Oh, okay.
So it actually
I
came
love
together pretty
that.
quickly. Yellow is not my favorite color, but the person that I made it for, it is her favorite color. So
That is very pretty.
thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I was pleased with the way it came out. I really was. And then I had pieced another quilt top back when Jordan had graduated from high school, but I never quilted it. So Tuesday, I decided to hand quilt
Wow.
because I'm crazy.
Does this have to be done by Christmas?
The day after Christmas.
Oh,
So
I
and
like that.
I've gotten about this row done, this whole row done. So anyway, even if it's not done by Christmas, he's
So
actually
pretty.
he's coming back to Dayton. He's moving back to Dayton in February. So I figure I'll hang on to it. I'll give it to him, hang on to it, and then when he gets back, it'll be ready for him.
It'll be
But
finished.
what's fun about that is I'm actually using my great grandmother's quilting hoop for it.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool. He'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's something that he would definitely appreciate. So that's why I won't have Silent Night done.
You'll have it done next year.
Yeah. What the heck? So that's what I've been up to. Do you have any stitching plans for the new year?
Well, I do. I didn't bring any of it in here with me though, because I didn't know how our time would work out with the Zoom, because I've only been on one Zoom thing in my life. And I wasn't on a meeting. I was watching my daughter Leah get her pin for her nursing degree. She just
That's so awesome.
Yay, Leah. So we've
That's
had
really
some exciting things happen. But I do want to get back to my monthly things of stitching with the housewife. I kind of want to get those actually the top and the bottom done this year. So that I can display those. But and then my Jesus picture that I'm working on, I want to continue to work on that.
Yeah.
So I've got several things in the pot.
Have you gotten any haul?
Well, I did get yesterday, but I didn't bring it in here. The February trucking along is what those are called, trucking along. And I did, I haven't been out of the house much except to go to work because of COVID. But after you had been to Joann's, I did have to slip up there and get the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I also got the 2020 Christmas Ornament magazine.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty
good. I
good.
love them. So there's just so many things I want to do.
I did get that. I forgot to bring that in here, but I've ordered a bunch of patterns from Keepsakes. I ordered the rest of the stockings that I want to do, the shepherd's bush stockings I want to do for my family. And then I also ordered another pattern, but that's for the newest stitcher that we all know and love.
Oh.
My daughter actually is now. I didn't think she would ever do it, and I took a kid over to her, and she's actually loving it. So I did order a pattern for her that I was gonna stitch, but now that she's doing it, I'll let her do it. But that hasn't come in yet. So as soon as it does, I'll share that. So my plans for next year, I want to finish up the starts that I currently have going. I've got Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. I've got the Lizzie K jingles, but I started planning out a little bit of what I want to do for Stitch Mania, because I figure if I start planning, gathering the fabrics and the flosses now, that by May I'll be ready to roll. Because for me, that's the biggest thing, is just to be organized and ready to roll with it. And then I'm more likely to get it done. I do actually have Christmas cross stitch completed, but it's not fully finished. So none of my trees have any of my cross stitching on it. So I want to fully finish all those things this year. And I'm going to do some punch needle this year too. So it'll be a good year.
Yeah. I watched Lori Once Upon a Stitch the other day, and she was going through it. She already has her whole 2021 planned out. It's like she's so organized.
She is. She is.
She is. It's
I
like,
can't.
oh my gosh.
I don't know. I know what I'm doing for the next week. It's that silly quilt, but other than that, I don't know what I'm doing. What I am
Well,
going to do.
and I'm bad about once I get started on something, I don't want to stop it. And so this month I tried to do 2 days at a time and then just
Yeah,
move on to something else. And I didn't do that very well.
I really do like how she does the 2 days of stitching on a project for 2 days.
Yeah.
Uh, but this year, I want to do some other, like, I want to do some punch needle. I really love hand quilting, and I had kind of forgotten that. So, quilting on Jordan's quilt, that's kind of brought that back to me. So, I definitely want to do some hand quilting this year. I did buy Lori Holt's Christmas quilt book. I can't remember, Vintage Christmas, I think is what it's called. Um, and it's Christmas quilt, but I want to make some Christmas quilts for next year for me, for my house. I might
Yeah.
give some. But what I decided last year is that every year I want to give my kids and grandkids a handmade gift. And I plan to live to be 110. So I was telling Julie and Patty last night, I said, that's a long time. That's 58 years for me to live. They're going to get some weird stuff.
That's a lot of crafting right there.
They're going to get some weird stuff. They might get a pop bottle filled with rocks or something. I don't know.
Good thing you don't have as many grandkids as I do.
No, oh my gosh.
You never get,
Nope. No.
a lot.
Although if I lived to be when I lived to be 110, I could end up with as many as you do.
Good.
They'll be great grands and maybe even great grands by then.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what else is happening? Anything? Have you seen any new floss tubers here recently? I forgot. I had some, and they're in my journal, which is in the other room.
Farmhouse Stitcher, I think.
Yes.
I've been watching her. I really like her things that she's working on too. But I've watched Once Upon a Stitch. I always watch her, and what's the other one? I can't think of one now.
I've been watching a lot of craft room tours and how they organize their stuff, because I want to get my craft room. My space is very small, and I also use it as my work office. So I really need to get it organized. It's about to drive me insane.
Can't you do that during the day when you're working?
Not anymore. I'm telling you what. Working is a very different experience nowadays than it was, say, a year ago. Working from home is there's things I like about it, things I dislike about it. But I'm telling you, I am at my computer almost the entire 8 hours without hardly getting up at all. I get up to go to the bathroom, I take a half-hour lunch, and other than that, I am glued to that computer screen. And sometimes I work 10 hours. So it's a very different experience than what it was before. It's good. I'm not complaining at all. I do enjoy my new job. I'm learning a lot of different things. It's really stretching this old brain, that's for sure. But it's a very different experience.
I would be terrible at it. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to call Lori and talk to her. Then I'll start.
No,
I'm a terrible procrastinator.
I am too with a lot of things, but I also, it's really about, I know that these things have to get done. There's, borrowers waiting to close on their loans, and mortgage loan officers waiting to, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole ripple effect. So if I don't get my job done, then people don't get to buy houses and close loans, and then we don't make money. So, that's not a good thing.
Then you won't even get to work at home.
That's right. I have to go out and find another job. And I don't want to be a Walmart greeter. So there you go.
Okay.
No way.
No, me neither.
So I think that's about it. I think we did pretty good on this whole Zoom thing. We'll try it again.
Yeah. Unless we can start busting out of our homes.
Yeah. I don't know. I've kind of been not flippant about any of it. We've been cautious, but the last few weeks I've just been extremely cautious. We've been saying, I've kind of got wheels on my heels. I kind of go, but there has been weeks where it'll be 5 or 6 days that I've not been out of the house. And
Oh, wow.
that's really unusual for me.
That
Yeah.
is very unusual for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when I do go out, it's like, I just want to go back home.
Yeah. I feel kind of panicky when I go in the store.
I can't say I feel panicky. I just feel tired and I just don't want to deal with people. And the mask really does wear me out. Like kudos to you, hospital workers, my husband, people who have to wear the mask all day long while they're working. I don't know how you guys do it because I think that's part of the reason why I feel so tired. Breathing is harder.
Yeah.
Breathing is much
We
harder.
we have to wear ours at work all day. We're only supposed to take it off when we're in the lunchroom eating our lunch or so 12 hours of wearing that thing is
It's exhausting. It's
and
exhausting.
usually I set my schedule up so that I work 2 days and then I'm off 2 or 3 days and then I work another day because we can do our own scheduling.
Yeah.
And about the first half of the day, my first day back, I find myself very irritated and I don't know why. And then I realize it's because of that dumb mask.
Yeah.
So,
And then you get the habit again. Do you find you drink as much water as you should be?
no.
See, that's what Julie says at the store when she's working like a 6-hour shift at the shop. She says she doesn't drink nearly enough water as she
Yeah.
should. Yeah. So when I'm out shopping or whatever and I'm wearing a mask, I put gum in my mouth just so that my mouth doesn't get so dry. You know,
You
because
have
I
to
don't
be
want to.
careful putting the mint gum in your mouth because I did that at work one day and then it made my eyes water so bad. I couldn't stand it. It was burning my eyes.
You know what? That's weird because my eyes started watering. I was out shopping today and my eyes started watering really badly. I wonder if it was because of my gum.
It probably
That is so weird.
the mint burns your eyes.
That's so
We
weird.
we've seen more of COVID in our hospital over the last month or so. Not a horrible amount in our particular one, but our main hospital has a lot. So
I've known several people here recently to have it and they've done okay with it. You know, they've recovered just fine with it, which is a good thing. But what is so interesting to me, not interesting, what's unnerving to me is that you just don't know. There's
right.
just so unknowns about it. And that's what's become a little bit unnerving to me.
Right.
So
You
I
just
don't
don't
want
know who has it or when.
yeah. And yeah, when they have it and what symptoms are they showing? Like one friend of mine, she had a stuffy nose. That was the only symptom she had. There's a floss tuber, Susie Reno. Have you ever watched her?
Not for a while.
You would like her. She works in the hospital and she had COVID and she said the only symptom she had was a sore throat. But she got tested because her husband had it. She ended up with a sore throat. He was at their cabin when he found out he had it. She told him to stay put, but she got tested because she had a sore throat and she works in a hospital. She might be a therapist. I'm not sure exactly what she does, but anyhow, in her, the only thing that ever happened to her was the sore throat. I think it's just so bizarre. It's just
right.
bizarre.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of a little bit unnerving to me anymore. Like you don't know who or what is their symptom or what's going to happen or anyway. Yeah. So
very scary.
It is. So right now I'm just going to stay put and
now we know how to do a Zoom floss tube so we can get back at it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited. I'm
Me
super
too.
excited.
Yeah.
So you think maybe another 2 weeks or so, maybe we can get back on and try it again?
Maybe between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. We'll shoot for that. We'll try for that.
Okay.
So we don't long. So we don't want to miss anybody.
No.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye, Deb.
Bye.